Hey everyone, welcome to the Royce Reports. I am your host, Royce, and on today's video, we're going to be talking about Xbox's financials because they just dropped and the hardware sales have plummeted. So, does Xbox need to change stuff up, or is it okay with what they're doing right now? Well, let's talk about it. If you like everything Xbox, you like talking about games a little bit too much, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Right before I get too far into this, I just want to say this, that I know that this is going to sound very negative. I know that a lot of people are going to misconstrue this as me being a pony bot or whatever cringy slur that they want to use. It doesn't matter, right? I'm here because I'm a huge fan of Xbox. I love the platform. I love the system, and I am a console user. I have a PC, a gaming PC with a 4090, but I still play my Xbox out in my living room 95% of the time. Like, that is where I am home, right? That's me right there. I love the Xbox brand. So I'm saying this because I care. I'm saying this because I don't want that console experience to go away. So I just wanted to preface that with this statement so that way you know that I care. And if it doesn't seem like I care, well, I don't know what to tell you, because I'm here. I'm here. I'm going to be here to the very end until there is no more Xbox. That's when I'll go away, right? That's when they can finally get rid of me. And yeah, Xbox financials have come out, and there's some good stuff, and there's some really concerning stuff. So let's see. Xbox Q4 fiscal year 2024 financial results. Gaming revenue up plus 44%, bolstered by Activision plus 48%. Revenue would have been down minus 4% if the company hadn't acquired ABK. Content and service revenue were up plus 61%, with Activision having contributed the majority, 58%. Xbox hardware revenue down minus 42%. Total Microsoft revenue for the quarter, $64.7 billion, which is up 15%. Net income profit is $22 billion, which is up 10%. Net income for the Xbox division isn't available as those breakdowns aren't included. So, as you can see here, the Xbox hardware sales are crazy bad, right? This is actually following the other quarter, which also had a significant drop as well. So in Q1, Xbox hardware was down 7%, and Q2 Xbox hardware was up 3% due to it being the holiday quarter. At Q3, Xbox hardware was down 31%, and now Q4 Xbox hardware down 42%. This is abysmal. These are terrible numbers. Like, I can't imagine them sitting in a room high-fiving each other saying, yeah, this is awesome right here. This is all Xbox, baby. This is bad. This is not a good sign. Like, I don't know how anyone can kind of turn this into a positive. I see a lot of people online kind of trying to defend this, and it's like, this is not something that you should be defending. You should actually be upset about this. You should be upset. If you are a console owner and you play majority of your games on console, this is scary. This means that Xbox might not be pushing hardware pretty soon, right? I think that maybe the next generation of Xbox might potentially be the last generation. Now, we've talked about this before, but it seems really evident that this could potentially be the end of Xbox hardware as we know it. And whose fault is this? Well, this is their own fault. This is all of Xbox's fault. What do you expect when you don't market in the first place? You don't see Xbox Series consoles marketed in big sport games or on TV or in trailers or on YouTube or any ads or anything like that. And now we also know that Europe is over there fighting for scraps in order to get any sort of marketing budget. In fact, they're even deciding not to even focus on the console anymore in Europe and just focus on Game Pass and PC and cloud. So when you start doing those things, that sends a very strong message to people that you don't care about the console. And whenever you do actually decide to market, you do it completely wrong by telling people you do not need an Xbox. You do not need a console. If you keep telling people, and you actually do have ads, and whenever you do play an ad, it's telling people not to worry about the console, this is what happens. This is exactly what happens, right? This is not a good thing. I don't understand how Xbox can be proud of this. Like, I know that they're trying to shift away and trying to attack the whole picture, right? They're trying to have a piece of the whole pie, and instead of just staying in their lane, which is smart. And that is actually preventing them from pretty much going under at this point, because you have PC revenue, you have PlayStation revenue, you have Switch revenue, you have cloud and Xbox revenue, and that's all of that, right? Because you have so many users now. So now they're boasting 500 million monthly active users, right? It seems like that's the metric that they care about most, is how many people are going and playing an Xbox game, whether it be Xbox, PC, cloud, mobile, Switch, or PlayStation. It doesn't matter. As long as you're playing an Xbox game, they consider that a win. And this is their new standard. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella boasted 500 million monthly active users for the company's gaming business, and mentioned that the Fallout TV show drove 500% growth in hours played for the franchise on Game Pass. This is kind of a sign that, hey, you know what? We should probably start moving towards a more multi-platform approach. And this is another reason as to why the consoles aren't reaching the audience that you want to reach, is because you're telling people loud and clear you do not need the Xbox. You're not even marketing the thing. And guess what? All these games are potentially going to come to other platforms at some point. Who knows when? It could be a year, it could be 2 years. Who really knows, right? And they're going to use that to continue to sell their games at a premium price, just like what PlayStation is doing with PC users. PlayStation comes out with a game on PlayStation, and then a year or two later it comes out on PC and it's the exact same price, right? Maybe $10 cheaper. But that's a way for them to kind of double dip, and I think that's what Xbox is going to try to attempt to do now, and try to infiltrate the PlayStation market by giving out their IP. But they don't realize that by doing this, you are just continuing to make it to where it's not a point to having an Xbox console. The only thing that actually increased was surprisingly Game Pass and subscriptions. Content and services revenue were up plus 61%, with Activision having 58% of that growth itself. So that indicates that Game Pass and Xbox Live and whatever has actually grown 3%. Not too much. That's like a million users or something. It's a sizable amount, but yeah, it's gonna maybe even do better next quarter. And I think that next quarter is actually gonna be very indicative of what Xbox does going forward. And the reason why I say that is because that's when Black Ops 6 is finally hitting Game Pass. Whenever Game Pass finally gets Call of Duty, I feel like the results from that, of having that game day and date in Game Pass, is really going to be very telling for Microsoft on where they should go forward. Call of Duty is the biggest game every year. By putting the biggest game every single year into your service day and date for the price of $20 a month, is that going to move the needle? Are you going to see a huge jump in subscribers? Or is that going to be a huge monetary loss for them? And that's going to be something that I feel like is going to tell them where to go next. But I really do think they need a fresh start. I think they've made a lot of mistakes in this past 4 years in this generation that they shouldn't be making, right? 2020 didn't launch with anything barren. 2021, they had Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon 5 and Psychonauts 2. But again, the front half of that year, nothing going on. And then during the second half, you had Halo Infinite launch in a very lackluster launch. Like, it didn't have anything associated with it. And so that game ended up floundering because nobody wanted to play the same 4 maps over and over again, and having big team battle be broken for 6 months straight. So again, Halo Infinite, good game, but it just didn't launch in the right status. 2022, barren, nothing going on. Again, no reason to buy an Xbox. 2023, you ended up getting Starfield, which kind of came out to mediocre opinions and reviews, and then you had Redfall, which is a big fart in the wind, right? Like nothing really happened with that, and then the studio ended up closing down because of it. And now here we are in 2024, where the first 8 months of this year, we've only gotten one exclusive. We've only gotten one main game coming from Xbox, and they touted this year as being a huge year, but we still haven't seen the release dates for Avowed, for Indiana Jones, or for Shattered Space. So like, what is going on here? This is not a good look. This is just continuing to be an issue during this generation, is that they need to get all of this stuff in order. And I think that the next generation can be really great if you actually push it to be something similar to the Xbox 360 and actually have an identity. We saw that game showcase. That game showcase was phenomenal and it really oozed 360 energy. They need to take that and apply it to the next generation of consoles so that way you can actually get people to buy into your system and actually have exclusives for them to play. That is a very important key factor to why people should be buying an Xbox, is exclusives, because there is no other reason other than Game Pass to get an Xbox, right? I mean, they even tell you not to buy the console. So I mean, if I can't convince you, Microsoft sure as shit won't. So this is not a good news. I don't think this is good news. I'm not trying to sugarcoat this. I'm not trying to, you know, be a freaking just a shill for Xbox, because they need to do better. And this is a result of all of this, right? This is exactly what you wanted. This is all the things, your marketing, your lack of marketing, your push for not needing a console and putting your games everywhere. This is the result of that. But maybe at this point, Xbox doesn't care. I don't think they really care too much about the consoles. I think that, you know, console players are now secondary to them. I think they have a stronger focus on providing games to everyone. I think that they're really focusing on PC and mobile and cloud. I think kind of like console itself has gone to the wayside a little bit. And I think that for Xbox, consoles are going to be sort of a niche crowd for them, that I would prefer if they, you know what, if they are going to go away with them, or if they're going to limit how many they make, then go all out. Do a $700, $800 console, make it a beast, and you know, and have the hardcore people drive the hardware sales. We know that Xbox is working on a next gen console. During the Xbox business update, Sarah Bond herself has stated that, you know, hardware is still important to them. We see hardware coming out later this year with the expansion of a 2 terabyte internal, as well as a 1 terabyte Xbox Series S. So they're continuing to ship hardware, and they said that the next hardware is supposed to be the biggest generational leap that we've ever seen for Xbox, which, you know, at this point is pretty much just keywords and weird phrases for them to kind of get you to buy into the next generation. But I really do think that they need a fresh start. And I think by having your fresh start in 2026 or 2027 and cutting this life cycle short on this console generation might be the best thing you can do. And that way you're not going up against PlayStation, you're doing your own thing. That worked with the Xbox 360. I hope it would work for the next Xbox, and maybe name it something that's not confusing. That'd be really great. There's still a chance, right? There's always a chance Xbox can pull out of this. They're backed by $1 trillion company. But I don't want to try and doom and gloom the brand. Like, I hope that that's not what this is coming off as. It's coming off, I want this to come off as tough love, right? I want them to do better. I want the console to stick around, and I want console users to continue to be treated with respect and dignity, like other brands treat their console users. So I want that for us, you know, and we are getting that. We're getting all these games that they have in the pipeline coming to Game Pass day and date if you are a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, and that is awesome. And the future of Xbox does continue to look bright to me. I think what they have in the pipeline looks fantastic, and I hope that the next Xbox can really change it around for them, because I really do think they need a huge win, and that hopefully them changing up their plans, kind of mimicking what they did with the Xbox 360, can really help them. I think that Xbox really needs to step it into gear. This past 4 years is really just a sign of them slowing down. It's just showing us that they really just are going to continue focusing on things that the hardcore, the people who've been with the brand since the beginning, aren't really interested in, which is a sad thing. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Maybe I'm being a little bit too overreactionary. Let me know. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for clicking. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. You know, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm probably going to lose subscribers because of this video, but you know, I'm just speaking the truth, and that's that, you know, my truth. And if you agree with me, great. If you don't, that's great also. Like, I don't mind having discussions. But do you guys think that this is bad news? Do you think this is the signs of it ending pretty soon? Thank you guys for stopping by. I'll be seeing you on the next one. And remember, take it easy.